Alright, so continuing the modeling of the Sukhoi. So on the internet I managed to find more reference images, and in this case from this wallpaper website, there are many pictures, especially the back detail. And one of the things that I noticed about the Sukhoi is that it has a variable or adjustable angle for the thrust nozzles. Okay, so if you take a look at different parts, you notice that they are straight and parallel. So for this part, and this is a very good picture, we can see a lot of the back details, which I think after looking at this picture, I will go and adjust a bit more. And and this is another excellent picture. So when this Sukhoi is on not flying and is parked, the nozzles tend to be pointing downwards and like towards the center line. And also, if you look at the jet intakes, they are actually tilted. So when I modeled mine is not tilted at all. It is straight and parallel. So this is one of the things, and the drawings does show a tilt a little bit, but the pictures reference show a much more pronounced tilt angle over here, you can see. So in relation to the horizon. So based on this picture and a bunch of other new pictures that I've found, which contains a lot of excellent details, I'm going to use these pictures to modify the tail section a bit more. And also, because this picture was taken much closer to the aircraft, I'm going to change my camera's perspective, which in this case is the perspective camera. I'm going to change the perspective from 200 millimeters. 200 millimeters because previously I'm using mostly the flying pictures, which are shot on telephoto lens. So for this one, I'm going to probably use maybe a 50 millimeter or maybe a 35 millimeter lens, so that when I position the camera close, it will match the perspective distortion of the photo itself. So yeah, I think this one looks pretty close, and you can see here the central circular spine here. This one is much wider and much more circular, so which is what I'm going to do over here. The air brake, the central spine air brake is deployed with the hydraulics, you can see over here. But I think I'm more interested in this section over here, where I want to widen the central section. And in another picture, I realized that this tail section here is completely round, so later I will try to tweak this area to make it more circular. Okay, so let me go back to this picture, and I'll just visually adjust this so that this thing, the central spine here is wider. So I'm going to switch over to the edge. I'm going to grab this entire edge here, then use the move tool and then pull it. And I think this looks much more appropriate right now. So let's take a look at the picture. And then this area seems to be much rounder, so I'm going to switch over to vertex mode and then just push and use slide and pull right to make it rounder. Okay, let's look and compare the picture again. I think it can be wider just a little bit more. Maybe these, okay, I think because of the separation of the edge loops here, okay, I think this one can pull out a little bit more. Slide this down a bit and then pull this up. Okay, now it doesn't look that circular, but we can fix that, pushing it, this one here, maybe this one, push it back a little bit more. Okay, yeah, I think this one looks much better. And then as for the elevator, let's take a look at the elevator. You can see here it is tapered downwards, and then we look at it from another angle. You can see that there is a very extreme teardrop shape towards the end over here. Let me just find another angle which I can corroborate. Yeah, you can see over here, this part here just tapers down until it becomes a straight edge. So that means, let's take a look at the reference again. And this one actually curve inward slightly. We can just grab these edges here. Let me go to level 1 for this. And select these faces, and then I'll press shift full stop to increase the selection. I might have to shift comma, then maybe turn on soft selection, holding down the B and middle mouse click and reduce the area of influence, and just scale this down like that. So if I press number 3 now, yeah, this one looks a little bit better. I think I want to reduce the area of influence, holding down the B, middle mouse click, and make this until it's nice and flat, like that. Yeah. Okay, so this one looks much more appropriate now. Press B to turn off soft selection. And let's go and fix the, okay, I need this here to be completely straight from here to here, so I'm going to use a scale tool to help me. And maybe then use the rotation tool, rotate it downwards slightly like that. Same for this section here now. So right now I'm just eyeballing this. Okay, scale and then use rotation, just rotate it downwards slightly like that. Okay, I think this tail section now is looking a bit better. And eventually, I think we still need to add more edge loops around here. Let me go to level 1 and take a look at this and see. Okay, if I go to level 3, I think this section here needs to be pushed more to the left, like that. Same for this section. Just spread it out. I press number 3 and then see what it looks like. Okay, again, I'm going to refer to the reference, especially on the slightly top here. We will see most of the surface here is quite flat from here to this, at least to the tail section here. Seems to terminate around this section here. Okay, so I'm going to grab all the faces. Okay, again, I'm going to use the reference and take a look. It ends probably right behind this face. Okay, I'm going to just use this face as my reference. And select these faces as well. Okay, maybe not this one. Not this one. Okay, and use the scale and flatten these faces here like that. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it is at an angle, so I'm going to just tilt it downwards like that. But we know that this is more or less going to be flat. Let's go to level 1 and we are most probably going to grab, oops, I'm going to do that. Grab these vertices and push it up. Okay, let's go to wireframe mode. I don't want to accidentally select the wrong vertices. Okay, maybe these as well. And we just need this to flatten out. Now we know that the tail section here is pretty low, so I guess there's a slope that goes downwards from here onwards. So we do not want to push these vertices too high. And maybe these vertices over here, we can pull it down until it touches the surface, like that. And we take a look at it at level 3. So this part is going to be a little bit tricky in order to get it to look really accurate. Maybe this one I can push it in some more until it cuts, yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at the tail section reference again. You can see that there is a very hard edge that goes around here. Most likely I will have to maybe separate this tail section so that I don't have to insert too many edge loops that runs across here. So I think that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go and select the tail faces here, then shift full stop to increase the selection until you reach about here. Let's take a look at the picture again. And let's see whether we have any top references so that we can see where this part here actually begins. I think we're pretty close. It starts here and it tapers outwards to the jet exhaust. Okay, so I think right now I'm thinking, should I actually separate this or just keep it down there first? Okay, I think maybe I just need to insert one more edge loop here, right close to the edge. Okay, and also another one right about here, because we have this unique tapering shape here on the aircraft. And definitely we need to have one that's very close here. Okay. And I'll just add one more right about here. Okay, and another one over here. Yeah, so we have this transition. Okay, so let's take a look at it at level 1 and see what it looks like. And I definitely need to flatten the edge loop. I'm going to use a scale tool to flatten this loop, flatten this one as well. This one is already flat. Okay, but I need to add one more edge loop right about here, so that when I press number 3, there'll be a more linear transition. Okay, I can straighten this one as well using the scale. And I think I want to slide this all the way to the edge here. Oh, there's actually a slight taper backwards, so maybe okay, definitely need to fix this one here. Okay, yeah. Press undo too many times. Okay, this one, maybe I just want to slide this up here. Okay, I might think about separating this out later on, but let's take a look at the tail section here. This part here is really a bit tricky. Okay, let's see how far I can push this one while maintaining the flatness. Okay, I'm going to use the cursor to navigate to... Okay, is there another vertex over there? Let me check. Yeah, I want to grab the vertex here. Okay, I'm going to temporarily hide the jet engines and see what's going on here. Maybe I don't need this face. I can delete away this face. Let's go and look at it in level 1. See what that looks like. Okay, let me just bring that face back and let me undo that. and see what do we have over here. Okay, so this is almost like a stretched triangular face. Okay, I see, alright. Should be deleting away this face. And maybe slide this over. Yeah, I don't think I need these two faces. Let's delete that. And hide the engines. Okay, if I subdivide this now, okay, now it's looking a little bit better. Okay, good. Alright, so now this section here, like I said, right now I'm contemplating should I detach it so that I don't have to, when I insert edge loop, I will not insert too many edge loops all the way to the cockpit section. I mean, eventually we need to insert more edge loops anyway, but in order to keep the edge loops in control, I'm going to just separate this tail section. Okay, it's a good time to do that. So shift full stop, increase selection until we reach right about here perhaps. Okay, maybe one more section here. Yeah. So I'm going to detach this. Detach. Alright, so I'm going to lose the other half. And I'm going to duplicate special, edit, duplicate special. Okay, I'm going to do that. I need to reset my duplicate special. Create instance, just reset this. Create instance, and then scale -1, x-axis, and duplicate. And do the same thing for this one. Okay, so now we can tighten the edge, the corners here already. So we can select this edge, loop, this one, and this one, and this one that goes all the way around here like that. And then I'm just going to apply a bevel. So Control B. Right, we have some issues over here. Let me undo that. Let's see this edge here. Okay, I think maybe I do not put that here. Okay, I'm going to just go to bevel edge. Let me just reset this bevel and adjust the scale. We have some issue over here. We'll try to fix that later. And let's see what is wrong here. I think some faces are flipped. Okay, let's go to level 1 and see if subdivision doesn't seem to have any, level 1 doesn't seem to have any problems. Okay, maybe this one as well. Just like this face, delete, and then see what I can just patch this by filling the hole. Yeah, that works. And this edge here, and probably this edge here as well. Need to bevel it as well. Okay, so now you can see it has a much harder edge here. So we will probably circularize this when we join the two tail sections together. Actually, we can do that right now. Let's mesh combine, and then select the central vertices, or can just select all the vertices and then just merge and using the default merge distance, should be able to merge. Okay, actually there's too close. You can see some vertices disappearing. So merge vertices again. I'm going to use a smaller value, 0.001. Merge. Yeah. So right now it should merge only the central points here. Let's see whether, yeah, it doesn't split into two. Okay, good. Right. So now we can use our circularize tool to fix this section here. Circularize. Press G, repeat loss command, repeat loss command. Okay, you can see sometimes the problem with the circularize tool in Maya is that it will twist and rotate the vertices, so you have to go and rotate it back again. Okay, and do that. Here we have some very nasty topology flow here, so we have to fix that. So let's go to level 1 and then see how we can do, how we can fix the edge loops around here. Okay, let's go to level 3. It's a bit easier to see. So I think this one should cut all the way across here. It's a bit hard to see because right now the scale is very small. What I'm going to try to do is, okay, so use a knife tool, multi-cut tool, cut from here. You can cut and slide, and then cut and slide right across here, and then press enter. Then I'm going to select this edge here, Control Delete. And we're going to get rid of this one. We're going to do it for the same, for the other side. I should have done the, what I should have done was to use the symmetry. So I'm going to try to zoom in slowly like that, yeah. Then use the knife tool again. Cut here, all the way to here. Press enter. Get rid of this center edge, get rid of this edge here. So right now if I press number 3 to subdivide, this area looks much better. What about the bottom? Do we have the same issue? We don't have that, but we have a multi-sided face here that we need to split or reflow so that we don't have this issue. So right now I'm going to turn on my symmetry in x-axis, and let's take a look. Okay, we can definitely insert one edge loop over here, and then cut from here. Okay, this is very small, I can't see very well, I have to go in closer. Cut from here, just click and drag on the edge until it reaches here, and then press enter. And we can get rid of this edge now, this particular edge. Control Delete, and we can now reflow this from here downwards. Use the multi-cut cut from here. I'm going to create a triangular face, but that's fine. And press enter. So hopefully the other side is fixed as well. So now if I press number 3, yeah, that's it. Now I got a 4-sided face and everything is looking good. So I will need to reapply the circularize again. So let's double click and select this edge loop. Does it go around all the way? No, it doesn't. I have to select this, holding down the shift, then circularize, then go back to the back view again. And use rotate. Okay, turn off symmetry, then go back to rotate, select, then rotate, then just rotate these until they are circular. Now go to the next edge loop, then this next edge loop, and I'll circularize it as well. Go to the back view and rotate to straighten that. Okay, I'm not sure whether the circularize has a setting. Let me see, to prevent the edges from just rotating. Okay, let's see, circularize components. Let's see whether I can reset alignment. Yeah, there shouldn't be any twist or anything like that. Okay, let's circularize again. Yeah, so as you can see, it actually twisted. It moves a little bit, which is a bit annoying for this particular tool. So if anyone knows how to fix this, yeah, please put that in the comments. Okay, let's select this whole group here and maybe scale it down a little, because you can see it's overlapping. So let's scale this down slightly. Okay, it doesn't look exactly like the model, but I think this is, for now, this is close enough. You take a look at the tail section. Yeah, so this part here I'll probably cap it later. And I think this is good. Okay, so I'm just going to reassign this with a different color. You can see they're different parts, so that I know that they are separate parts. A bunch of history here. Alt Shift D, you're going to get rid of history. Shift right mouse click, or rather right mouse click, assign new material. I'm going to give it a new blend material. I'm just going to call this the tail boom. Boom, no. Okay, this is just a temporary material. Just want to assign it. Okay, so now maybe I want to adjust the bottom section here, and of course I want to have the nozzles right pointing inward. So let's take a look at the reference at the bottom for all the photos taken below the aircraft, or actually in front. Okay, so you can see, yeah, there's a tilt, very obvious tilt in the front view. So I'm going to go and tilt that nozzle. Select all the vertices and I see whether, does it make sense for me to just tilt it like this. Okay, I'm going to go back to the back view, and I'm going to temporarily place the point of rotation to rotate along the nozzle when it is aligned straight like that. Then I'm going to go to my front view and press D to get out of the nozzle alignment, and then I'll just rotate this slightly like this. Let's see how much rotation there is. And okay, I think it looks about right. Okay, so this looks good. So let me just save another and save. Okay, we managed to add some more detail here. We tweaked the top part here a little bit for this session. And I'm going to see, where can I actually flatten this area here, because this one, okay, this section from here to here is pretty flat, right about here, and you can see there's a very cone-like structure over here. I'm going to try to replicate that maybe just underneath here. So I need to pull down the geometry, okay, right about here. So actually this one is actually looking pretty good right here. So let's pull the vertex down. Okay, I need to reset the axis. Just reset this. And reset this here. Why is it not? Okay, finally. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the jet engines again. Notice from top view, there's quite a bit of transitions here. Okay, you can see here is quite a big bulge at the bottom. Let's take a look at the picture again. Yeah, so this area quite bulges out quite a bit and is quite circular, and I think that's where the undercarriage is, all the wheels are going to be stored. So we need to have more space around there. And I think previously we added an extra edge loop. We want to keep this flat. Okay. Okay, I might have to reflow the topology around here. To make it rounder. Yeah, I probably might have to recut this again to make this flow a little bit better. Because, yeah, right now the topology looks a bit odd. There's one area that I really want to tweak, is the right underneath the cockpit section, which is this one here. You can see that this fin just cuts into this very smoothly, and I'm going to try to get this section here nice and rounded. Okay, but it must have this teardrop shape over here. So I just want to tweak this a little bit more. Okay, let me go to the bottom view. And let's straighten some of the topology here, just to, like these vertices here. Straighten this a bit. using the scale tool, straighten it. I'm going to turn on my reference again and see where are we over here. I think this one. Right, we know that this edge here lines exactly at the leading edge of this fin, so we want to try to get the edge to line up straight as much as we can. And then this one pretty much very straight until it, yeah, I think it is literally, it is very straight, so I might have to adjust this a little bit, this whole section here. I need to rotate this. Okay, it seems like I might have to bring this up slightly. Yeah, it has to be nice and straight. Yeah, so this one looks straighter now, much better. Okay, how we are doing on time? We are already 37 minutes into this, so okay, so let's see what else can we do. Maybe just want to create a cavity for the cockpit location first, so later we can start to build in the details internally. So right now I just want to put this canopy in its place. And I'm just going to duplicate these two first, join them together so that I can take this outline here to create the internals. Alright, so this is temporarily, I don't need this. I'm going to temporarily join these two together. Mesh, combine. And select this. Oh wait, I have to apply the merge. Need to merge the vertices. Make sure that you're using a small value so that the center part is now merged. So we can check by double clicking on this opening, and it should not, it should continue all the way. Alright, so what I'm going to do is extrude out a section. Just a tiny little section like that. Okay, there's some issue over here. That means this part here did not merge properly. Let me undo that. Alright, you can see if the vertices are not crossed over together, then they will not merge. So let's merge these two together. Okay, and let's do that again. Double click and select this edge. It should be a continuous edge, and then extrude a tiny section. just a tiny little bit like that. You can see that is we can form like the almost like the thickness of the cockpit section. And what I'm going to do next is I'll just use normal move and holding down the shift and then extrude it through another section, and holding down the shift again, left mouse can drag, and then we can form the cockpit internals. Okay, alright, so all I need are these faces here. I'm going to select this loop, shift, full stop, increase until I reach the edge here. Then I'm going to detach. Right, so I don't need this body anymore. I can delete that. So this one, this bathtub, if you like, right, will be the internals of the aircraft. And I'm just going to join the internals first, since they are opposing each other. I'm going to go over to edge mode, select all these edges, use scale and flatten it, and bring this down over here like that. Do the same thing over here, flatten this, let's bring it down, and we can use bridging tool to close the bottom. Just bridge this, press G, repeat last command, press G, repeat last command, and I'm going to insert one edge loop here, right in the middle, then use the bridging tool again, bridge and bridge. Actually, you can cap this by fill hole, but we're going to use bridge. Alright, so now we are left with this one. This one is a bit trickier because there are much more subdivisions, but we can bridge these two faces first. Bridge and bridge, and then we bridge this, then that's fine. Alright, we sort of like created our bucket for the air crew to later sit in. So I'm going to rename this layer, call this the cockpit. Okay, that includes the that actually includes the canopy, because the canopy is over there now. I'm going to add this item into the cockpit layer. So now you can select this section, and I'm going to center the pivot and bring this down. So now at least we have sort of like an internal space which we can use to put our ejection seats and the pilot compartment. So right now it's empty. Okay, and I think I'm going to give it a different color. So assign new material, let's give it a new Lambert material. I'm going to keep this matte, nice matte color. Okay, let me delete away the history, Alt Shift D, and we can go to assign a black color. Internals, and I'm going to give it a sort of this cyan green that is very popular in Russian aircraft. Yeah. Okay, good. Alright, maybe I want to play around with the cockpit again, because the bottom here needs to be, let me just bring this up. The bottom here needs to be tightened a bit. So let me bevel the bottom. Double click, shift double click, double click, double click. Going to select the edges like so, and maybe here as well. Okay, then I can apply bevel. Tight bevel. Can leave some triangles here and there, but at least now the bottom should be much tighter. Yeah, if I go to level 3, and I want to insert one edge loop across here, so the bottom corner will be tighter like that. Yes. And can put this back in. Okay, for the time being. Okay, so that'll be it for this session. Eventually I'll start to add things like the undercarriage, the other details like the target acquisition port sensor in front, which is this. It's a very simple device over here in front. And maybe add in the framework for the canopy, and also maybe the ejection seats and the pilot equipment. Okay, so we will stop the recording for now.